Hello all, good evening. I hope everybody is doing great, feel and fine, and welcome again to the session of 100 Days series, which we have started very early. And because of all your efforts and our efforts, we have reached to this level. And today we are continuing with our lecture series again on descriptive answer writing practice for RBI Grade B 2021-2022. And today is going to be our 61st lecture, and thank you so much for all the support that you have given, and really nice to see you all waiting for the session at 9 p.m. because I know whenever you like any session, then only the people wait for the session. And by looking at your presence during the time of the lecture, it feels very great that so many people are interested in the lectures. And so that is why we are highly motivated by all these factors, that people are enjoying the lecture and they are understanding it also. And what we have expected from you is that you should go to our portal and write the answers. Okay, that is what expectation we are having from you. Okay guys, so again, once again, welcome all of you. And pretty cold over at my place. I think most of the people will be spread out throughout the India, but in the northern part of India, it's a little bit cold still there. And today we have uh, got rainfall also, so got a cold over here. So just a weather update from my side. Okay, maybe in your side it was fine. Earlier I was in Bangalore, so the weather was very nice over there. And right now I have to wear lots of things. Okay, fine. So let's start with our session today, and let me see how many people are there to join with me. Okay, so we have Lalit and Yukti. Hello, hello, welcome to the session. Lalit, my regular student, and Yukti, I think this is the first time I am listening your name, right? I hope you are enjoying the lectures, and I hope you are doing what we are expecting you to do it, right? Okay, okay, great. Yes, I am in UP only. Yes, I am in UP only, nearby Kanpur. Okay, so it's very cold over here, but slowly it's going down. Okay, fine. That's great. If you're watching offline or online, whatever it is, okay. But you should watch. See, watching is one thing. Watching is one part of this lecture, but the most important part is the second part of this lecture, where you have to write the questions over there. Okay, where you have to write the questions. Okay, and that is the most important part of that. Okay. Oh, that's great, Yukti. You are just the neighborhood from my place. Okay, good to see you that people are joining from everywhere. If anybody else is there, they can also say hi, hello to me in the starting of the session, because it feels great whenever I just see lots of people in my session and they start interacting with me. You can interact me anytime, in any way. So you just feel free to feel free to question anything during the session. I will be there to answer you. Okay, hello, my friend that bright side also came. Yes. Thank you so much. I am fine and hope I am feeling you are also fine over there. It will be reviewed. Okay, don't worry. You just keep answering it. Okay, you just keep answering it and it will be reviewed. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, it will be reviewed by the faculties. Okay, it will be reviewed. Don't worry about that. Okay, so let's start with our session. Yeah. So for the new people who have joined today, it's Master Descriptive Answer Writing for RBI Grade B 2021-2022, and it is a 100-day series. For this 61st lecture we are doing today, that means we have already completed 60 lectures over here. Okay, and we have discussed regarding economic and social issues, finance and management, current affairs, descriptive English. So right now we are going through management session part of it. Okay, now, so today in the management, we are starting with a most important topic, that is ethics. As you all know that ethics has become a major part of various competitive examination, even in UPSC, PCS examination, RBI examination, everywhere this ethics is coming, because right now why we have to keep this ethics as per like why the organization are keeping the ethics as a subject, is because they wanted to understand that whether the person understand what the ethics is all about. You will be into the job, but actually what is correct, what is not correct, all these things has to be judged by a person on its own. Okay, so that is why they have introduced a topic on ethics. So that is why that we are going to discuss today, and this ethics classes I think will be going for 6 to 7 days. Okay, lined up are there, and as we all know that in the examination we write a lot of various good things regarding ethics. One should not do this, one should not do that, this is a good way, that is the wrong way, this is the middle path, and all those things. But in the actual practice, people do not follow these things whenever anything happens, because writing the examination, it's like a normal thing. Like you are doing like if you take like if you are practicing shooting guns. Okay, if you're shooting if you're doing some shooting practice on the cardboard, so cardboard will not hit you back, right? So it is same thing like that. Okay, so in the ethics we usually write very good things. Okay, this should happen, that should happen, people should behave properly, no corruption should be there, and all the things should not be there. Okay, but in the actual practice, whether it is going on or not, that is a totally different thing, because on the field the things are very different. Okay, you cannot have a generalization. Okay, you cannot make everything work properly in a right way. Okay, because you can be a good person, but that doesn't mean that other person is also good, right? And as we all know that the things are always, sometimes it is in favor of the good peoples, and most of the time it favors for the people who are indulged in various malpractices in the organizations. Okay, because they try to manipulate the things and all the things. But always you should be trustful to yourself. That means your inner consciousness should be intact in this ethics. That is for sure. That is, you have to just follow that your inner consciousness should be intact, and you should know that for what purpose I am here and what I have to do here, right? Then only you are really eligible for any kind of services which you are going to do, whether you are doing private jobs or government jobs, whatever the jobs are there are ethics of working. If you are properly following the ethics, you may find it difficult to follow, because usually ethics is a things where people usually don't want to follow in a proper way. It happens. I'm not saying that you don't people never follow. People follow it, but sometimes they have to do some kind of compromises and all those things. Okay, so that is why this ethics topic is a very controversial topic. People ask you, okay, you write what will do yes, people will ask you, okay, this is a situation, what will you do? You will give a very good answer, well written answer. That means it will look so idealistic that that is next to impossible, that work has to be done. But in the ground level, yes, it is not the way that you have to do, because people will not able to make you to do that work, right? So ethics is a very controversial topics, and I'm not saying things are bad over here. Things are working very good over here also, but it will take some more time for the people to understand, to proper follow the procedures, to properly doing all the works. Okay, but right now the ethics has a negative side more than the positive sides. Slowly we are entering into the ethics portion, because we wanted to make the student realize that what is ethical practices, what are not ethical practice, all these things we wanted our students to know. And even that is why the examinations, they have kept various topic related to ethics. Even if you see that UPSC mains examination, there is a general studies fourth paper is ethics, integrity and aptitude, right? Even in UPPCS, every various PCS examinations, provincial service, civil service examination, and even right now major institutional examination are taking the part of ethics, right? So lots of discussion has happened. So let's start with our topic today, ethics theory. Okay. So what is this ethics theory is all about? So there are many theories of ethics that seeks to discover right and wrong moral behavior. So here we are discovering what is right and what is wrong moral behavior. Okay. The basic purpose of the ethics and morality is to help us lead a life of beauty, happiness with all the divine qualities like righteousness, justice, non-violence, truth, kindness, care, compassion, renunciation, and love. So, in the today's world, you cannot find all these things all together at a single place. No. Somewhere or the other, you have to compromise something for the other thing. Okay. Until and unless you are enjoying the life of like a person who has left everything, okay, but who are right now in the world, who are doing various type of jobs and indulge in various kind of activities, for them it is really very difficult to find the balance of all these things. Okay, it is really find we cannot, it is really very impossible to find the balance between the things, but still we are moving towards that type of society. Okay, so ethics is like to discover right and wrong moral behavior, what can be right, what can be wrong during the situation. Okay, so various philosophers are there, various philosophers were there earlier, and they have given various type of theory everywhere. Whenever you start a topic, lots of philosophers will come and they will start giving their philosophy based on that. Okay, you can also start giving your philosophy, anything, then you can also become a philosopher. Okay, like we have our Yukti is there, our Vishwajit is there, Ahmad is there. So if they have their own that type of philosophy, next time you will find their name also in that list, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will be reading their philosophy also if they started with their or philosophy. Okay, in this ethics theory, you can be any kind of philosopher. Okay, you can be on the right side also, you can be on the wrong side also. Okay, like that, you can be on the middle part of that also, right? So several philosophers were there and they have given various ethical theories. Somewhere theories that are related to teleological ethical theories. Some is deontal ethical theories. Then third one is virtue ethical theories, and fourth one is system development ethical theories are there. So today we will be discussing teleological ethical theories. Okay, so teleological ethical theories is what? First of all, you should understand the meaning of the word itself. Okay, so the word find its construction from a Greek word. Okay, there is a Greek word that is called telos. Then we have a, which means end, and logos means science. End science, that is called end science. That means here we are looking for the end. At the last, what exactly we are expecting, that will be good for us. Okay, that means whatever I am doing, whether I am teaching and doing something, whatever work I am doing, at the last, what exactly I wanted to achieve. Okay, so it is like the end science. Okay, so the teleological approach is also called consequentialism approach. It determines the moral worth of any action. So this approach is looking for moral worth of any action. That means whatever action you have done, whether right or wrong, whether it is morally worth or not, whether whatever we wanted to achieve, whether you have done it in a good way or a bad way, whether that much of worth is there for that action or not. Okay, so the moral worth of any action by consequences or outcome of that action. So the teleological ethical theories are concerned with the consequence of action. What will be the consequence of any action? That if I take any action, what will the consequences? Which means the basic standard for our action, being morally right or wrong, depends on the good and evil generated. That means whatever morally right or wrong, whether the things is morally right or wrong, will depend on how much good or how much evil is generated. So let me simplify over here is, if you are doing too much of good, that means it is morally right. Okay, and if you are doing too much of wrong, that is morally evil. Here we are not talking about the action, we are talking about action. Action can be anything, action can be your good, action can be your evil. Okay, that can be anything, but whether it has any kind of moral right or wrong, that will depend on goods and evil generated. Okay, so teleological theory points out that in an ultimate analysis, we should do only those things which can bring the highest level of happiness. Okay, so this is the end. This is the end that we wanted to focus on. Whether we get it in a morally right way or morally wrong way, that doesn't matter. Whether we have reached to the highest level of happiness or not, that is matter. That means the end is measuring, the path doesn't matter at all. Okay, so here as you can see that being morally right or wrong depends on how much good or how much evil is generated, right? So to the greatest number of people, it considers the utility of rules of law and is therefore more concerned with the policy formulation. Now here under the types of teleological ethical theories, one is utilitarianism. Okay, this is the important theory under this. Okay, so utilitarianism is a teleological theory regard what we ought to do, what we have to do. It is a normative ethical principle of judging the right or wrong of human action. So it is a normative. Normative means here we are balancing, okay, what is right has been done, what wrong has been done, and then we are measuring if even if we have done something wrong, whether it has created happiness for a lot of people or not. Okay, it is like that. So according to this theory, social welfare is the sum of well-being of all individuals. So social welfare is a well-being of all individual. Here we are talking about all individual. So this theory states that man worldly happiness is the only good. So here this is the main end. This is what we have to achieve under the teleological theory of utilitarianism. This thing we have to achieve at the last. Okay, this is the normative positive test for all policy, action or institution. So whatever policy you are making, whatever action you are taking, whatever your institutions are there, that is okay, but this is the last thing that we have to achieve. You do whatever you wanted to do, you change the policy, you convert the policy, you take action, good or bad, or any institution, whatever you wanted to do, but at the last, happiness is the only good that they are talking about. Okay, now the motto of this theory is greatest good for the greatest number. Please remember this because we will be utilizing this in the last. Okay, greatest good of the greatest number was first voiced by the Francis Hudson. Okay, so this is the motto that has been given under the utilitarianism theory. So this theory has been developed between the late 18th century and the last quarter of the 19th century. And the main proponent, the main person behind this philosophy is JAIIB Bentham. JAIIB Bentham, who is also called as the father of utilitarianism. Okay, then the other people also came: David Hume, George Stuart Mill, Henry Sidgwick, and Francis Hudson. All these people were there who came and gave their own kind of definition. So that the last person has given that the motto of this is greatest good for the greatest number of people. Please remember this line. Okay, so Bentham introduced the doctrine of utilitarianism. So they have given a doctrine, what should be there under this doctrine. So doctrine of utilitarianism is the analysis of social action and policy. The concept of utilitarianism has many loose ends and it means many things to many people. So this concept of this utilitarianism, that means maximum greatest happiness, greatest good to the greatest number, it has many loose ends. That means it is not fixed anywhere. That means what we can call it as good, what we can call as bad. Okay, so there are various loose ends. So everybody has a different type of perception for that policy, utilitarianism. Okay, some people might think, okay, this means that. I may think something like this, you may think okay, this is like this. Okay, so there are many loose end for this policy, and many people thinks this policy in a different way. Okay, so the following are the basic meaning of utilitarianism. Okay, first is greatest good of the greatest number. This is the first one. Okay, then the second one is maximization of pleasure. That means how much you can maximize the pleasure. Okay, minimize the pain. Obviously, if you are maximizing the pleasure, so there is the minimization of pain should be there. Okay, then maximization of happiness and satisfaction of desire. That means here we are talking about a very ideal person who is always happy and has a very little of pain. Very little of pain. So under this utilitarianism theory, this we have to achieve. This we have to achieve. We are right now talking about achieving. Okay, what we have to achieve under this theological theory of utilitarianism. Okay, then the theory of utilitarianism is sometimes interpreted in terms of cost and benefit analysis. So sometimes this theory can also be interpreted as cost and benefit analysis. That means how much cost we have put and how much benefit we have got it from there. Okay, it is like that your happiness is equal to benefit minus cost. That means you have put something and some extra benefit you have got for that. So that means you are in a happiness zone. Okay, so that is the concept of utilitarianism. That means happiness for everyone. Okay, so it is like a cost and benefit analysis. Okay, cost should be less and benefit should be more. Okay, so an action is acceptable. So here in this theory, any action is acceptable if there is a net benefit of that action. Okay, benefit minus cost is the greatest in the project. That means wherever the benefit is more, that means cost is less and benefit is more, where then only that project will be accepted. Okay, and where the cost and benefit are just nearby, so the things depends on the people whether they wanted to go for it or not. Okay, so as compared to the other available projects or policy, the concept of utility involved in the theory of utilitarianism has been interpreted by many as net benefit. That means what is the net benefit you are getting of doing any kind of work. Okay, net benefit. Here we have not talked about whether we have got that benefit in a proper way, or whether we have done some crime, or whether we have done it in a proper way, or rule we have done with proper rules and regulation. We have not talked about that. It is just like whatever the way you have done, the net benefit should be there. Okay, whatever the way you have done, the net benefit should be there. Okay, so there are basically two variants of this theory, utilitarianism. First is act theory. Then second one is rule utilitarianism. Okay, so two things are there. Act means we are acting, whether we are not concerned about whether it is right or wrong. That is different concept, but we are acting and we are getting some benefit out of it. And rule means acting with proper rules, acting with proper rules to give maximum benefit. Okay, acting with some rules. Okay, so it is like act utilitarianism is just a modified version of rule utilitarianism is a just modified version of act utilitarianism, right? Till now, anybody has any question, just keep on asking, guys. Okay, so what is this act utilitarianism? What is this act one? Okay, so it is concerned with those action which will bring greater benefit to the greater number of people, right? You do something which will bring greater benefit to the greater number of people. Okay, so however, in case of act one, act theory, the problem arises because some acts are by themselves are not socially acceptable. See, here that topic comes. Okay, you are acting, but whether you are acting in a good way or a bad way, or you are doing some crime, like here they have given one example, stealing. Okay, here is one village 1, and here is village 2. These people are very poor and these people are richer. So people from this village goes to this village, try to steal something, and they just provide that money to the poor people of this village. Okay, so here if we see that stealing is a not socially acceptable things, but under these things we can see that it is utilized for some good purpose. That means here benefit is there. Okay, here we are looking only for the benefit, only benefit we are looking. Okay, right? So here we are not talking about whether we are doing good or bad. See, here the village 1 people are doing a bad thing, they are stealing, but the village 1 people sees this as a benefit. Okay, hence act utilitarianism has to be supplemented by a rule utilitarianism. So that is why we have to make sure that this act theory has to be supplemented with a rule. That means you have to act within the rules. Act within the rules, right? So which gives direction to the former. Okay, and an action is all cases may not bring about the greatest good of the greatest number. Obedience to the rules will prevent the chaos. Okay, so like if some traffic rules are there, traffic rules are made in order to provide people smooth traffic. There should not be any chaos or anything. Okay, so obedience to rules will prevent the chaos and it will maximize happiness of the passer by reducing the accidents. Okay, yes, so that means the act utilitarianism has to work with your rule utilitarianism. Then only the thing then only the theory of utilitarianism will be working in a proper way. Otherwise it will create a chaos kind of situation. If people say that, oh, that bike person, see ambulance has to go, and ambulance has a right to just destroy any car whatever is coming in their way. Okay, so that will be like a act utilitarianism, right? But if people start following the traffic rules, and if people say that, okay, if any ambulance is coming, we have to give side to that, so it will also reduce the chaos, it will also follow the rules, and it will allow the ambulance also to pass, right? I hope everybody has got that example. So what are some limitations are there? Some limitation of the theories are there. First of all, the theory is incoherent simply because you cannot maximize 2 numbers at the same time. So as per the theory, this is that you cannot maximize the 2 things at the same time. Either you have a greater happiness, or you have a less number, or you have a more number and less happiness. Okay, so these 2 things cannot go at the same time, greater happiness or greater number, because if you are taking greater happiness for people, then you are taking some happiness from the other people also. So it is not like, so these 2 things are not coherent, they are incoherent. That means you cannot just think that the greatest happiness as and greatest number. No, it cannot be that that easily possible. Okay, then here utility is essential a subjective concept. There is no acceptable definition of good. We say that greatest happiness and greater good for the people, greater happiness for the greater good of the people. But what is the meaning of good over here? We don't know what is good over here. For me, good can be something else. For Akriti, good can be something else. For Yukti, good can be something else. For Vishwadip, good can be something else. For Ahmad, good can be something else. So everybody has their own different concept of happiness and goods, right? Everybody should not be happy with money. Everybody should not happy with the type of work they are doing. Everybody should not be happy with the things which other person is getting, right? So everybody has their own concept of happiness and everybody has their own concept of good. So it is not like that you generalize the situation of good. That means if the person is getting 5 kilograms of rice and 5 kilograms of wheat, that means the person is good. the person is happy. No, you cannot generalize that. Okay, right? So the concept of happiness means different things to different people. There are also multiple meanings of the concept of utilitarianism, right? So we cannot generalize over there. This word itself gave way to the different topics, perceptions. Everybody can have their different perception regarding goods and happiness. Okay, now in the case of utilitarianism, the end justify the means. So as we all know that under this theory we say that the end justify the means. That means if the end is good, so whatever the means you have used to get that end is also good. Whether you have used the good, whether you have robbed the bank, or whether you have killed someone, but after killing the person also, and if you are justifying that you have done this for this purpose, that means okay, killing the person is also okay under this theory. Okay, this is just an example I am taking, please do not take it in a personal sense. Okay, so here end justifies the means. If end is happiness, then whatever the means you have used, that is also acceptable. Okay, so this idea has been criticized by many. It is said by critics that for a moral action, both the end and the means should be good. So critics, people who criticize the things, they said that if you are doing any kind of moral action, please make sure that the end and the means should be good enough. That means the end should also be good, and the means, that means the way you are achieving that end, should be also good. Okay, too many, the means justify the end and not the other way around. For too many people, the means justify the end. Okay, so utilitarianism does not consider individual or minority. Normally under this theory there is no consideration for individual or any kind of minority. So there is no individual consideration over here. No consideration individually will be given. Okay, and they don't even care of individual entitlements, what exactly they are looking for, what exactly their problem is, what exactly we wanted to provide them. Okay, they do not care for individual entitlements, rights and distributive justice. It is not like that. So there is a critical question that utilitarianism does not answer. So this question is not answered under this theory. Suppose they have given example. Suppose some action are by naturally morally wrong, but their consequences are good. So under this theory, we will support these action. That means even by nature the work is wrong, but the consequences or the results are good. So under this utilitarianism theory, we are supporting these actions. Okay, but then this will not prima facie entitle the theory to be a moral theory. So we will since here the things has been done in a morally wrong way, so we cannot say this theory as a moral theory. No, this is not a moral theory. So this is not a moral theory. Here we are just looking, okay, we have performed some action, okay, whether it is good or bad, that we don't know, but it has created happiness in the mind of my people. Okay, so that means everything is okay. Whatever the way I have done is, everything is okay, because everybody is happy with that things that they have got. Okay, so these are the limitations of our utilitarianism theory, right? So at the last we have reached. Any questions, guys? If you have, please ask me. Any questions if you have? And for you, we have a question number 61st. What is teleological theory? Explain the salient features of utilitarianism. So this is the question, that is 61st question that you have to attempt in the portal. Okay. Any questions, guys? I am waiting for your questions. Just let me know if anything is there, and if you have not understood anything regarding this, just let me know. Okay. So for the new people, how to attempt the question, I have to tell these. So guys, if you wanted to attempt the question, please go to Oliveboard discuss forum. Okay, there click on RBI Grade B tab, and their questions will be there right away in the front page. Only you can see that questions will be there. Okay, so start attempting the question from the same email ID. Please utilize the same email ID to attempt the question. Okay, once your questions, 3 questions you have done, then you will get a coupon code, 35% off coupon code you will get, sorry, in your email ID. And if you are not getting the coupon code, so please email to riti.gulati@oliveboard.in. She will be providing you with the coupon code. Okay, so any questions guys till now? Thank you so much. I hope people understand this theory. I have done my best in providing you with examples that how the things are working. Okay, tomorrow, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Now again, I have a session. We will be meeting you on Monday. I will be meeting you on Monday at 9 p.m. and on Monday I have a 6 p.m. session also, that also we will be meeting. Okay, and anybody who has taken the SEBI courses in our channel, they have subscribed to. So tomorrow I have a paid session over there. I have a paid session over there at 6 p.m. and there I will be discussing about the motivation theories. And that will be a revision class, so that we will be not going in detail over there. Okay, so I will be discussing motivation class tomorrow at 6 p.m. only for this is only for those people who are the paid members of Oliveboard. So tomorrow, since SEBI exam is coming on, I think 20th of February, so revision is going on for those people. So we are touching upon the points that you should remember during the examination. After that you can elaborate. So those who are the people, so please attend the lecture tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay, and on Monday I will be meeting you at 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. guys. Okay, so thank you so much guys for attending the lecture. It is good to see you all, and really feel happy that people are interacting. Okay, so during the time of lecture, please keep asking your question, because sometimes it feels like whether you are understanding or not. Please let me know. Okay, whether you are understanding or not, just keep on telling. So otherwise, if you wanted that I should give you some more explanation, I will give it that. Okay, yes, real life example, obviously. See, this is a theory is like that. Simply see, if I what I do is, under this theory what we can do is that uh, if I take an example, we as a community, like a poor people. Okay, if I go somewhere and if I steal something from there, and see, the other people were richer people, so if I steal something from there, and I distribute that money to all of you, so as per this theory I am good. That means the whether whatever action, good or bad, I have performed, that doesn't matter if the needs are fulfilled for everybody. Okay, if everybody is happy at the end, the end matters. The process doesn't matter over here. Okay, the end matters. Whether with my whatever I have done, whether they are happy or not. If they are happy, that means whatever the things I have done is morally right, I have taken as. Okay, that means good thing has been done, because it has supported many peoples. Okay, anything anybody wanted to ask me? So Monday we will be meeting you at 9 p.m. and 6 p.m. 6 p.m. I will be taking basics of economy. Okay, basics of economy. So then the topic will be on energy security. Okay, so till now I think we have completed around 12 lecture under this series. Please go to these basics guys, because it is a very highly valuable series that we are getting. Please go to that series, and very basics of economy I have discussed over there, so you will really like that session. And just simply put your earphone and just start listening to the lecture. Okay, I have taken various examples over there, and it will be see it has that series has been created in a very basic way. There will be no technicalities are there in that series. Okay, so it is for the people who have started just now the preparation for examination and don't know about the economy as a all. Okay, so for those people I have taken that series. Okay, so please go through that also, and you will really like it. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe to our social media platform in YouTube, Instagram and Facebook, and at the last, never forget to like, subscribe and follow. Happy learning, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care and good night, and please follow all the COVID-19 protocols. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your all wishes, and thank you. Because of these words only, we got motivated in order to bring you with all the different type of lecture series. Okay. Thank you so much, and hoping the best for all of you. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.